supposed to start cooling down overnight into like the 50s starting tonight. So I don't know if that'll affect them at all, but daytime is supposed to be about 70 when it's been like 85. So tonight I ran into some locals and got talking, so I got out here later than I wanted to. So I just decided to get back in the original tree that I saw, the big deer. And we had a north wind. It's a little shifty per usual, but I think it's supposed to end up at northeast, which is like, the deer's supposed to be over here, so I'm hoping it just blows that way and it's supposed to kind of be out in the field. I wouldn't say that's the best wind ever, but it's really good for where I think he's gonna be if he shows. But like I said, I got in here late, so it's almost prime time, so I'm gonna get my shirt on and sit tight. Okay, don't mind my nose plugged up. My allergies are still bad, but today is October 5th, and it's actually, I'm running a little late. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna go get in the same tree that I was in last night. I wasn't able to film because I was just trying to respect the guy, but there was another hunter that moved in on me, and I didn't know it. But I saw flashlights at last light, and apparently he shot at the big deer that I'm hunting. At least he described it like the big deer, and I'm pretty sure it's him. And he wasn't sitting very far from me, so that makes sense. But I helped him look for blood, and we all think that he missed. He had a kid with him too, but we think he missed. No blood. So that's a good thing for me. That means he's still out there running around. And I think this is a mature deer, so he's probably not going to leave his core area yet. He just might turn to nocturnal, which stinks, but I'm going to try a morning. It's about 50 degrees, so it's nice and cold compared to what it's been. And yeah, I don't know if this is the right tree to get in, but I don't really have time to move all my stuff around, so we're just gonna make it work and hope he comes in. Yeah, I don't know. Mornings are iffy this time of year, so we're just gonna see. Honestly, I could have shot that one. She just stood there forever facing away from me. I'm gonna get down. I just think I've hunted this tree too much. Not just for that deer, but like all the deer in the area. Just, they know something's up when they come around here. So I want to get out of here. I might just try a totally new spot. Really don't know where to go, to be honest, because I'm not seeing any sign like anywhere. Hold on, I see something. squirrel. So anyway, this spot's overplayed. Wish I kind of knew that, but that guy being in here yesterday just kind of made me anxious. Like, I felt like if he's gonna be pressured by anyone, I want it to be me. But obviously that didn't work out, so just gonna back out and I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. Just totally lost my train of thought. Pretty much just gotta find a new spot and hope for the best. Like I said, I wasn't seeing any sign, really, so I don't know where to go. But either way, it's not gonna be here, so I'm gonna get down and I'll check in the next tree. Tonight, I am in a new spot. Testing. Okay. Tonight, I'm in a new spot. I've never been here before, so I have no idea where the deer are or what they're doing. But I am sitting on a CRP field, pretty much in a finger that comes out into it, on the very edge of it. I walked around a little bit, didn't really see any sign, fresh sign. So I'm at a total loss of where the deer are, or the bucks are. So, this spot has private ground just behind me with some standing corn. So I figure maybe this is a good spot for them to travel to head to the corn. I also have a super big oak tree behind me that's dropping acorns, like as I'm sitting here. So I figure it might not be the worst spot, but to be honest, I don't love it. But I brought my antlers with me, so I'm gonna attempt to do some rattling. It's pretty windy tonight. We got a front coming through. It's like northeast winds. I don't know if that'll make the deer move or not. So this is just an experiment spot, and hopefully it pays out in my favor. 72 degrees on November 7th. So not awesome temps, which has me worried because I feel like maybe they are not going to be cruising during the day. This is like the best week though. Typically like November 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th are usually really good days for here. So I don't know what to expect. I really love this spot. This is like one of my favorite spots. I'm at the stand that I hung for my dad. The first one technically. My old trusty spot. I'm in the same tree, so you know I like this spot, but there's so I put a mock scrape in before the season, and I refreshed it when I came here with my dad, because it didn't look like anything really touched it. But when I came in today, it looks like bugs have been using it. So that is a good sign to me. I put some doe pee out over it. So I don't know. This season has been so tough. I just don't even know. I don't know where the deer are. But there's acorns everywhere, so even if they're not running, I at least have a food source. With the temps and the wind, I don't expect to see anything till later, so I'm gonna sit tight and just hope for the best. I don't really have a choice except to hunt because gun season comes in this weekend. Shifting a little bit, so at this point it is what it is. of fawns running around today. Some does. They all looked young, so I don't really know what they were. They kind of skirted into the thick stuff, but I had some that were close to me that were definitely young. So I'm like, oh great, that just means that all the mature does are out elsewhere. But, you know, it's my last chance, so I gotta sit. And sure enough, a buck came in, and a really nice one too. Kind of textbook. Like, I was thinking, if he walks this little green strip right between like the thick stuff here, it stops right in this one shooting lane, it would be perfect. And I kind of like, I grabbed my bow and I clipped on, barely. I got it back and I stopped him just in time to have like open vitals. And when I ranged it this morning, it said like 25-ish. And I put my 20 pin on him, and actually I held it a little low, but I think I shot right over top of him. So I'm not gonna lie, I did rush a little bit, but that's because he was like on edge and I didn't want him to take the next step. But still, I had my pin on him and it felt good before I pulled the trigger. But I don't know why I would have shot straight over